I don't mean to be sweating you. All I want to do is just talk to you. I don't mean to be sweating you. All I want to do is just talk to you. I don't mean to be sweating you. All I want to do is just talk to you. I don't mean to be sweating you. Let's talk about it. Let's talk.
Man, welcome everybody to another episode of Just Talking to You. I'm your man, the one and only, the people's champ. And I'm not here alone. I'm here with the crew, the new crew. Say what's up to our listeners, y'all.
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, man.
I like her already.
Hey, we did a little revamping to the crew. Got some new crew member. We got a new crew member on here. We're gonna rock out like we gonna do. We do. Hey, our newest member to the crew, Miss Wild Ass Woody. Wild Ass Woody. Introduce yourself to the people, baby.
Well, you just introduced me.
We need
am I supposed to have my camera on? Is everybody supposed to be able to see my beautiful face?
You can. Damn right, you can. The people's champ I'm just sexy, so I always keep my shit on. So you know
what?
how it is.
I'm working at the time, so you know.
Yeah, gang. Words usually keep his on too.
He said he working.
Yeah.
All right.
Just that I got a job to where I can earn and play at the same time.
Nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Hey man. Wild Ass Woody, introduce yourself to the people.
Hello, everybody. My cousin has given me the nickname as Wild Ass Woody. So, how you doing? I am here today. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, what we're gonna do, but let's do it. Let's get it done. Cause I got things to do.
Damn, I love it already. Hey, I love it, man. Hey, my man, Words in the building. Words of wisdom. Introduce yourself, brother.
What's up, everybody? I'm Words of Wisdom, Dr. Words of Wisdom, because I be dropping that fire, so they gave me my doctorate. You know what I'm talking about? I got to skip right over the PhD because ain't no hater in here. But I always know this. I'm just going to refresh your memory on how things go. Real eyes, real eyes, real lies. And in me saying that, I'm simply saying this. A person that lied to you will never trigger you. Why? Because you know it's a lie. You only get triggered by the truth. So when it triggers you, just simply acknowledge it being true. Simple.
That's it, man. That's hot fire, boy. Words be kicking that hot fire to everybody, baby.
Man,
hey,
I don't know why they paying. I don't know why they paying somebody for to talk to when they can. Hey man, you can just go buy me a Whopper, man, and I'll talk you through all that. Hey, because guess what?
God,
we all got they never tell you we all got mental issues. How can what's the saying? How can the tea kettle call the skillet black?
How can the pot call the kettle black?
Right.
We all got some things tracking and stuff, man.
Man, we all do. So don't let them ever tell you it's just you.
Oh man. So what's up with y'all? How y'all doing today? What's going on where y'all at?
It's raining extremely hard where I'm at.
You staying wet? You staying dry?
No, I'm not staying wet. I'm staying dry. Yes, sir.
Country ass. Look at her. Man. Wild ass Woody.
That's what you said. You asked me was I staying wet. No, I'm staying wet. For the moment, it's dry.
This motherfucker crazy.
Love her energy, boy.
Hey, what you say? Words? You say you love her already, though.
Man, dude, sense of humor, man, that goes a long way.
It does, man.
Man.
It does, man. It goes a whole long way, man.
And what that tells me within the conversation, she knows how to remove herself from the conversation and actually talk about it.
Hey man, she deep too.
A lot of
Hey,
people don't know how to do that. A lot of people take conversations personally, something you never should do. You always remove self.
remove self from the conversation. You right, man.
Well,
You
you know
are,
what? Not unless the shoe fits. I feel when you put yourself in it, you somehow hit a nerve with somebody somehow, because otherwise you wouldn't be responding, right?
Now, I'm not understanding what you're saying.
So so a lot of times when you make statements, general statements, just saying things in general, and people take offense to it, they don't know how to remove themselves from the statement that was being made, probably because it applies to them in some type of way.
And then what was my introduction? The truth will always do what? So that's why you remove self. Because once the truth hits you, it'll never miss and it'll always trigger you. Because a lot of people don't address the shortcomings in their life. You know what I mean? Instead of saying, damn, I need to address that, they attack you.
Yeah, that's the best way to be. It's best to check yourself versus letting somebody else do it.
Exactly. So it's a lot of things. In other words, in today's time, they'll say it resonated with you. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only way you get better in life, though. Acknowledge the truth. Because I always know that a person will go for a well-dressed lie and leave the truth drowning.
sometimes you got to call a spade, man.
Man, and when you talk to me, you can always call a spade over here. And if I got to change that about me, then what you think I'm gonna do?
Make that change, brother.
Man, maturity is a motherfucker.
Hey man, a lot of people ain't open and honest to receiving feedback, man. People get offended by feedback, man. But feedback is a tool to help you grow, man. That's what feedback is, man. But you know, sometimes we get offended big time.
Yeah, but what does Proverbs say? Proverbs say a wise man does what when correct?
Man, the wise man take heed when they're corrected, man.
And what does a fool do?
Oh man.
Try to argue.
All right then.
Try to justify.
Man, if I fucked up, I fucked up. And I'll raise my hand and say, yeah, that's me. I fucked up right there. But guess what? I bet you won't catch me there again now that you done showed me the light to it.
Man. Hey, man. It's raining here, man, where I'm at. Where you at, Words? What city you in today, brother?
Man, I'm on a mountain somewhere in Pennsylvania right now. So I gotta pull over and actually have this conversation because I don't know if my cellular service gonna drop if I start moving. But I'm in the mountains, finna cross over from West Virginia, from Pennsylvania into West Virginia. I'm heading to Little Rock.
Oh man, you got a hump.
Man, gotta get it.
Man.
You got a hump ahead of you.
Hey man, we can go and jump. Let's jump into it, baby. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Hey man, I was reading something today, man, which caught my attention, man.
You actually read? I'm sorry, go ahead. My bad.
That about this. No, she
it's
did.
That Tourette's. It's listen, I haven't taken my medicine yet. No offense to you have to forgive me. Come on with it, baby. I'm trying.
This country motherfucker say she ain't take her medicine yet.
I ain't take my medicine yet. Work with me.
Right.
You're having them outbursts. Forgive me. Work with me. I'm sorry. Be patient with me.
Hey, man, I was reading this article, man, today.
That's all. I've been telling him to pick up a book and read for years. He don't listen to me.
No, this bastard did. He's been saying, he's telling me to pick up a book. This lying bastard.
Man, readers are leaders.
Hey, man, don't believe what this dude said, man.
Man, whatever it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have no degrees, fool. You know it. I coached you through it.
I heard that, man. Hey, man.
You know, everybody need that one coach that's gonna keep it real and 100 with you. They, that one person that could tell you, hey, your shit stink, and you receive it and go ahead and fix it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You got to receive it, man.
Yeah, you got to receive it.
Hey, man, we was talking. It was this article, man. This dude said, He just flat out said, he said, man, I gotta he said, I love my wife. I've been married for no. Take that back. Take it back. This was a different story. But the lady, she said she loved her husband. They've been married for 27 years. They got 3 kids and everything. Kids are growing up and everything. But she says she's in love with another guy as well. She said she loved her husband, but she loved this other guy. So I guess my question is, can a person love 2 people equally? And if so, I mean, who loses in this situation? Because you got to give more to one and give more to the other. You can't balance that shit out. Can a person love 2 people?
You can love as many people as you open your heart to love. But when you speak of a relationship, somebody gonna get the short end of the stick. Is almost impossible, because so first of all, you're married. So that's a whole nother topic, because marriage is supposed to be sacred, right? It's supposed to be sacred. You're not supposed to let anybody in your marriage to put words in your ear to deter you from the love you have for your spouse, to give you, that's why you're supposed to keep your issues that you're having, you're supposed to keep them in the home. You're not supposed to share them with others, because when you start getting other feedback in your ear, it starts to change your perspective and it's almost like you let negativity into your marriage. You already got issues going on, but then you let the outside voice come in, which tends to change the dynamics of your relationship and the marriage. And then the respect factor. You have to be respectful. Now, can you have the same amount of love for your husband? I'm going to say husband, as you do your personal
side piece.
Yeah, your side piece. Yeah. I'm going to say no, because I put it to you like this. It was said to me, and I'm going to keep it nameless, because you know who these people are. This individual young lady was in a relationship with this young man for, I will say, probably like 5 to 8 years. Okay.
Right.
And they broke up, went their separate ways, and he got married within a matter of months. And so the young lady's son was upset. He was like, he played my mama. And I was like, not quite. Because what happened is, he was with your mom for all this time, but your mom didn't meet his needs. And we ain't talking about physical. I'm talking about on a mental and an emotional and a psychological level. She didn't meet him on that level. They were arguing. You know, when he came home, he didn't come home to peace. He came home to mess.
That's the biggest thing a man needs, man. Hey, I think everybody needs. You don't want to come home. You want to come home to peace. When you don't come home to that peace, shit, you gonna go find that peace somewhere.
So guess what? When you end that relationship and you start a relationship with someone else, and you know, I believe that he probably was tethering between the two. And when he finally decided that, you know, I found what I need in this other lady. So that's who he decided to marry, because she met him on every level. It's not just about the smoking weed. It's not just about the sex. It's not about the food. It was a combination. She gave him peace. She gave him a peace of mind. She gave him a home. She gave him, you know, security, safe. You know, he knew who had his back, whereas he was with this young lady for 5 to 8 years, and she didn't provide that. There was constant chaos. There wasn't prayer. There wasn't love. There wasn't respect. There wasn't loyalty. It's a whole lot of stuff. So people wonder, like, how is he with this woman all these years, and then they break up, and then he automatically go get married to, not automatically, but he go get married to somebody else. It's because that woman that he was with for all those years did not meet him where he needed to be met. She didn't provide for him what needed to be provided. So the question that you asked, can that happen in a marriage? maybe so. Maybe there's something that she's missing or he's missing.
So
And
that person can love two people, right?
but the love is not the same. You understand?
Yeah.
It's a different dynamic of love. You know what I'm saying? Like I can love you as my cousin, but the same love that I may have for Mr. Wisdom wouldn't be the same love. You understand? But I love
Right,
you
right.
both. You
Right.
understand? So even if we took it to an intimate level and I removed you from the equation and I was intimate with two other men, the type of connection that me and Mr. Wisdom have versus the connection that I have with another person, another guy, will be two different connections. So my love would be different for the two of them. So you can still love multiple people, but the person that meets you, fulfill all of your needs, if you will, that will be the person that will be top heavy. That will be the person that you probably would love the most. So, a lot of people, they leave their spouse for somebody else. So you question, is it the right decision? I mean, that's the question that's the question to be asked. But yes, you definitely can love, but you won't love them equally, if that makes sense. You won't love them on the same level.
Right.
Man,
Right.
man. Hey,
Right.
so what you think, Words?
Man, she hit it so hard
She
that
did, dog. She
man, she
did.
hit it so hard that shoot, she got my wheels over her turning like, how do I pick that up? Hey, and it ain't many people that make my wheels turn. You understand what I'm saying? So when you talk about the factor of loving, especially a man, understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I'm gonna choose peace over pussy any day of the week.
Yep.
Any day of the week.
Hey, you know
And
what?
then
Hey, I think you said it one time before. I'm gonna choose. You framed it up differently before when we talked about this. You say I'm gonna choose peace over a piece of pussy. You said
any day
that
of the week.
before, dog. You remember
Any
when
day
you
of the
said
week.
that?
Yeah, any day of the week. And then on
Because you
top
can
of
get
that,
that from anywhere, though. That comes a dime a dozen. I mean, you
It
literally can
does.
get it anywhere. But where can you find someone that meets you at your level and provides that peace and that security, and that you can sit down and have an intellectual conversation with you, with it, and be. I learned later on in my life what affection means. I thought affection was something sexual. Affection is not always sexual. You
no,
could have an affectionate conversation with someone and not physically touch them at all.
yeah,
So yeah,
You
yeah.
can.
Love is made before you even get to the bedroom.
for sure.
That's a
And
fact. That's a fact.
if you can't make love to my brain, then guess what I'm gonna do? Just fuck you.
Because that's all you have provided,
That-
actually.
right. And in so
Mhm.
many situations in life, especially in like a situation where it's been married 27 years, you just been fucking. The other person
Yeah.
then fuck around, then messed around and touched you in a place where you ain't never been touched. See,
He
I was
didn't open
taught
up Pandora's box on your ass.
exactly. See, I was taught by I have nothing but women on my side. I'll
Uh-huh.
think one important fact about women. A woman is always a virgin somewhere. Find it.
Damn. That's
She's
deep,
always a
man.
virgin somewhere.
Cause
It's
she
just
ain't
up
been.
to you.
Hey,
It's just up to you to find it.
It's up to you to
yes.
find it. And you supposed to be the key master.
Yep.
Damn.
Period.
What'd you say?
And if
It's
I
what
find
is
it, I can take her if she's been with you 27 years, but guess what? You ain't touched this right here.
Mm-hmm.
And she been
uh-oh.
screaming for you to touch that right there.
Hold up now. Let me stop y'all. Look who fell in the game. Shay Boogie in the building.
Hey,
What's up, Shay
people.
Boogie Woogie?
Hey, people.
Hey,
What's going on?
hey, this is the new crew right now, baby. This is the new crew.
This
We
the
got
new crew.
this the new crew. We got Woody. Well, hey, this is my cousin, wild ass Woody. We call him.
Oh,
That's
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Shay
call you
Boogie.
Wow. How about that?
Oh Lord.
Wild Woody. Hey, Shay Boogie, we just up here talking about this little thing, this little article I read, little post I read. This woman said she's been with her husband for 27 years, and they were together. And she say she love him. They got 3 children together. Kids are grown up. She has also another guy that she's engaged with that she loves too as well. So
Mhm.
The question came about, can a woman love two men? And then we chopping it up. They say we can't love them the same way. It can't be an equal love. But it's so the narrative has been written so many times. A man, and then his dilemma is two women. But now the kind of the script and flipped it. It's a woman who's stuck caught in between loving two men.
Mm.
So, man, hey, you think you can love two men? What's up,
Honestly,
Joe?
I can date two men, but I can't love two men because I feel like if being grown and being in them streets, I've come to a point where I don't want to have to love two people. I want to find my forever love, my one, my person, so to say. So if I have to love two people, then my person is failing at his job, and we need to talk about some things, because I don't want to have to divide. I don't want to play no games, because I don't want my heart messed with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come to you as a grown woman, and I'm gonna say, baby, I'm missing some things in our relationship. And I'm gonna lay it out. And at that point, your job, if you want to continue to be my person, is to figure out how you gonna fix those things. And not saying I'm perfect, because it could be that he's missing something from me and doesn't know how to tell me. You know what I'm saying?
That goes back to what that conversation I was talking about, being able to have an intellectual conversation, being able to be affectionate with your partner without physically having sex with them. You should be able to sit down and have these conversations, and
Exactly.
and he take or she take that into stride. You shouldn't have to go. That's why I say about their relationship. People talk at each other and not to each other. So
Right.
that there's you're missing the message in translation because somebody is not listening or the message is not being delivered correctly. You
Receiving the
understand?
message.
Yeah. So therefore, when you speak of the love, you go get that from somebody else because he hears you. He hears you and he sees you, and you ain't got to say too much of nothing. I always say that I wanted a man that reminds me of my father because my daddy is one of those people that you don't have to tell him that you need something. He does it. He sees that it needs to be done and he do it. And then you know what? He don't even tell me that he did it. I just so happen go look and I see that it's done because I knew it was messed up before. So when I say that, when I say hear me, I don't want somebody that you have to constantly remind or constantly tell. Now I know you have to show people, they have to learn your love language.
You though? Real quick, does that cripple you though? If you want to try to, I heard a lot of women that say they want a man like their father and stuff. Does that enable them for finding a good man because they hold this
because
man
I'm open
to a high pedestal?
No, I'm open. I understand that everybody is not going to be like my daddy. I say I want somebody like him. But if I don't find somebody like him, he better come damn near close to him. But he's not going to be, because there's only one Alvin. So there's not going to be another replication of him. But there again, that's learning that person. That's being able to talk to that person and let them know what it is that you need. I think everybody deserves a fair chance. I think everybody deserves, I have to lay it out and tell you what I need and what I want. I ain't gonna say it too many times. So you either catch it or you don't.
Hey, Shay Boogie, what you think? When you look for a guy, do you want a guy with similar attributes as your father too?
Somewhat. I mean, because when you pick your person, right, you have a list. And yes, some of your example is your father, but you have to be able to make some adjustments. You may have different things, but primarily, yeah, your role model is your father, because he instills
the first man you love.
the thing, right? And he instills things in you that you should expect your husband to do. And we as women, sometimes we lower the bar, but we need to remember our worth, you know? So we shouldn't have to lower the bar. We should be able to say, baby, these are the things I require from you. And he should be able to do it because we are going to do what he requires of us or what he needs from us, if that's the type of relationship that you have. So
That should
I
be
just feel,
reciprocated.
Hey, what
yeah,
you
it
think?
should
Hey,
be
gang.
there.
Hey, Words, what you think, dog?
Me personally, the only thing I'm pleasing in this life is God. And
First.
pleasing him, I will please my mate. I keep it that simple. I will never contort and do what you say do, and the reason being God might be telling me to go left.
Yeah. Okay.
You
I got
understand
a
what I mean?
question. I
Go
got a
ahead.
question.
Go ahead.
So, Words, if your wife or woman or girlfriend, whoever it is, comes to you and says, you know what, baby, I need this from you, you not gonna meet it because God didn't tell you?
What I'm saying, it'll already be met because he'll already have me on.
Uh-huh.
And anything other than that is just a voice in your head going off that really ain't gonna make no sense. That's what I'm saying.
And the
I
worst
think
thing a
that's
woman,
I think that's a fine line.
but the worst thing a woman could do is say, "I need you to be like this or else."
Right.
That's the
That's an
worst
ultimatum.
goddamn thing. That's the worst thing a woman could do. Say, you need to change your ways and do this, this, and this, or else.
That's
But
an
if a
ultimatum.
woman
See, what I'm
says
saying,
that,
Now, see what the truth
let me
with a
clarify.
real
Let me
man.
clarify. I want to
Hey.
clarify that because I don't want you to think that physically I'm saying I won't listen to you. This, that, and the
Right.
third. I'm
Right.
not saying that at all. I'm a believer, and in being a believer, yeah, I'm gonna make some mistakes, but in following his lead, he's gonna lead me to the direction in pleasing you. Like I said earlier, a woman is a virgin somewhere. Find it. And the only way you're going to find it is to be tuned in over there.
That's fact.
To be tuned in with the man. That's the only way you're going to find out where she's a virgin at.
That is
Simple.
a fact.
and going back to your point, go ahead, Words.
So when you say, like, I need you to correct this right here, I'm not just going to jump and do it. I'm going to seek the Father first for him to give me the proper directions on how to do what you want done. Because I still might mess it up in doing what you say do.
Right.
That's a good one. I can appreciate that.
What you
You
finna say?
understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
I know exactly where you're coming from. That was good, dog.
Right.
I
So
like that.
it's like I always say, ladies, always choose a man that has bowed to God, that has bowed to a higher power. That's the
Yeah.
only way you can, and I don't want to say bow and meaning you gotta bow to this man. That's the only way you can basically submit to him and feel comfortable doing it. Because you know he's bowing to the source.
Man. You finna say something, Shay Boogie?
Yeah, going back to your point about the ultimatum.
Yeah.
Froze up.
Damn.
What
Damn, Shay. She doing the mannequin challenge, goddamn.
You stupid.
Hey, mine did that
That motherfucker doing the smooth criminal, ain't she? Shay Boogie, I know it ain't. I know it ain't storming down in D-Town.
There she go. There she go.
There she go. Yesterday, but
ultimatum.
If a woman gives you an ultimatum, right? She has already done everything in her mind. Hopefully, you know what I'm
She
saying? Like,
exhausted all options.
She freezing up again. I think it's the because it did me like that earlier, where it just dropped on me.
God damn, we gotta get us some more bandwidth, god damn it. Shit.
Boy, shut up.
We gotta get us some more bandwidth.
One thing about following an ultimatum, and I don't care if you male or female, if a person gives you an ultimatum, they already done.
Yes, they already checked out.
No. I disagree with that.
You disagree? So they already.
The reason I say that, let me give you the reason why I say that. Because if a person gives you an ultimatum, you contort to that. That ultimatum's only gonna move to something else.
That's a fact.
The
That's a fact.
ultimatum is what you do when you're looking for your way out.
Yes.
You're not looking to stay at that point when you throw an ultimatum in the air.
You
It's
gonna
just
do
like
this
your
or
job. It's
else.
just like your job. You gonna do right by me right here, or I'm gonna quit. And as soon as they get that right, you move to something else. If y'all don't get this right, I'm gonna quit.
Yep.
You're already mentally checked out at that point.
What you finna say, Shay?
I don't think it's a mental checkout though. I think it's just more of sometimes an attention getter. I really need for you to understand that I have reached my point. You know, they don't want to quit necessarily. They just may not know how to say the words that they need to in order to get for you to understand. You know what I'm saying? So not everybody is just ready to check out when they give the ultimatum. You know,
But
some people are literally just what's the word? Not fed up. I don't want to say fed up, but maybe just fed up and just want you to work on honestly changing the habit, you know?
but
So
can't that backfire though?
it could, but I mean, even if I don't give you an ultimatum, it could backfire. It could backfire at any point, you know.
An
But
ultimatum never brings about peace. It always brings about war.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I feel
Definitely.
like an ultimatum is for the weak.
Man,
you know,
that's
I just feel like you can't articulate your words better. You know, ultimatum should never be. It's either if it's not working, it's just not working. Cut it off.
right.
Ultimatum. I think an ultimatum should not be.
and I think an ultimatum too could be a meeting of the minds. You know, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing if stated right. Because I mean, you could sit
Once
down,
you
have
tell,
a
go
conversation,
ahead, Shay. I
and
didn't mean to cut
say,
you off.
you could have a conversation and say whatever. I think it's an attention grabber. Now, I will say, you know, at some point, maybe you do have to issue the ultimatum and hope for the best. But again, I think before you do that, you need to make sure that you have done everything that you are willing to do for your peace of mind before you pull that trigger.
Well,
Man.
with you saying that, those ultimatums are supposed to be issued at the beginning. So if you get 10 years down the line and now you want to start issuing ultimatums, that means over here you didn't know what the fuck you wanted.
Or you
Yeah, I
accept
believe
it.
you. I think that need to be
Accept it.
discussed. That need to be discussed in the beginning, as far as what your what you
Intentions
require.
are.
Yeah,
Right.
your intentions. You need to set boundaries, because that's
Yeah.
just something. Here, check this out. This is just something that I just learned within the last year or two about setting boundaries. Because I took, and it's not just in woman and man relationship. I'm speaking of just relationships in general
Yeah.
with coworkers, with people that I've met. You know, I did not set them boundaries because I thought
Family.
that they knew family. I thought they knew to put those boundaries in place. I thought they knew that, and
Right.
they didn't. And when I finally was introduced to the boundaries that I should set, I reflected back, oh my God, on so many past relationships. It just almost took my breath away. I just couldn't believe that. And I thought to myself, like, if I set those boundaries, what would have happened? But then I had to stop myself, because I would have had this guilt trip for forever. What was meant to happen was meant to happen. And so I learned what I learned, you know, in a time that I can go forward and teach others about having boundaries. So whenever, you know, what I've learned, it's time to apply it, because I've secluded myself. I isolated myself away from people because I'm a work in progress, and I'm revamping myself and I'm redoing things. And so I have to isolate myself away from different noises in my, around me and in my ear. And a part of my learning is to set boundaries. So when you initially meet someone, you should set those boundaries and the expectations. And if that person agrees, then you guys can pursue and move forward. if there's, a disagreement, you hash that out then in the
Right.
beginning. If that's something that we
Mhm.
can't get past, like cigarettes, I'll never compromise on that. I'm just not gonna do it. So if that's something that we can't get past, and I don't want you to stop smoking just because we together. I want you to
Right.
stop smoking because you realize it's a health issue and that you want to be healthier, or you realize that the damage that cigarettes do. And I'm just using cigarettes for example, but I want, because like if we break up, I don't want you to bam go back and start smoking cigarettes again. I want you
Right.
to be something personal, a personal goal of yourself, to stop smoking, not because I say I don't want to deal with nobody because they smoke cigarettes, because that's a deal breaker for me personally. But I'm just saying, you need to set those standards in the beginning. Hash
Well,
that
I'm
stuff out in
already
the
eliminated.
beginning.
He
What do you
say
say?
he say he already eliminated. That
Oh,
goddamn
damn.
fool.
That's a mess.
What y'all saying
Hey,
about setting
she
stuff
real
up?
on that because I am a smoker. And I
Mhm.
have run into women that I'm not gonna date you if you do this. Well, guess what, baby? If I quit and then we break up, where do you think I'm going?
Go
Back
right
to
back
But
and
the
back
start
to what
smoking
I
hey,
again.
was
hey,
doing.
hey, hey, back to the Newport shorts.
So guess what?
Mhm.
You gonna have to wait till I give them up. And if you can't take the ride with me, you think I want to be on these? No, I'm addicted.
Dang.
It's that.
Well,
It's
here's
it gets
I
now.
get what you're saying about the setting the, to me that's two different things, boundaries and deal breakers, because you already know what your deal breakers are, cigarettes or not exercising or yada yada yada, those are deal breakers. But your boundaries to me, and in dealing with somebody new, for instance, you may not know what the boundaries are because you're learning this person. So they may not do something that you need to set a boundary for until you are 5-10 years in.
No, because you have to talk about things. You have to just randomly
I
talk
get what
about
you're
things.
saying, but like people can change.
They can.
So it may be a new development. So that's why
Right.
I'm saying these things are learned or discovered. Maybe the better word is over time. That's a
Can
relationship
you give
is
an
a
example
constant
So
of what you're
working
talking about?
process. Like for instance, let's say you with somebody 5 years and they decide to, let's say, start going to art classes like 4 times a week, right? But maybe you're in school and y'all schedules overlap. So now you got to work out a schedule for the art classes. Baby, I need for you to pull back. Well, why do I have to pull back? How come you can't redo your school schedule? And I'm
So you
just
saying
using that as a for instance.
those are the
Huh?
boundaries you're talking
But do
about,
you
right?
consider that a boundary?
I'm just using it as an example. Like you have to set a boundary of my school is important.
Just like
Your
yours.
art class
Understood.
is an extracurricular.
Understood.
So
Understood.
I need for you to understand school is important and pull back on some of your art classes. Now, you didn't know that they like art at the beginning of your relationship. You're like 5 years in. So now you have to figure out how to set this boundary of this is important to me. I
Yeah.
cannot change this.
Yeah.
I got a good one, a good boundary. Say
What's that?
you say you with a woman that, and I can only say woman because I'm a male, right? So
Mm-hmm.
say I'm with a woman and she doesn't dress provocative, right?
Hell yeah, goddamn it.
We have a few kids. You know what I mean? 10 years down the line, now she wants to start dressing provocatively. But at the beginning, I told her I don't deal with women that dress like that. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
but
Hell
it's
no,
about
gang.
me now. I want to feel sexy. No, you want attention.
But if she wearing that stuff to the
But
bedroom for you, I mean that's a different ball game.
But also, what that tells me is I need to step my game up.
Yeah, because she ain't getting the attention she need at home. So she's seeking it. She's seeking it
outside.
elsewhere. And the
Right,
way to get it is by showing, and I don't know why people think that, by showing more flesh.
man. But
Mm-hmm.
see,
Damn right. That's
as a
attention
man,
grabber.
I understand one important fact: the more you show, the more desperate you are.
Mhm.
Well, you
Now,
definitely look desperate. That's for sure.
Hey
exactly.
man, hey man, hey. I
Because
don't
you
know
know,
how this situation go turn out, man, with the couple, man. But I'm gonna see if I can keep on reading, if they keep on posting and stuff about that situation, man, to see who she chooses. If she chooses her husband or if she chooses her lover.
There gotta
But
be some
that
honesty. She gonna have to be honest with herself. Do you want your
Mhm.
right,
husband? You know, is your husband you because you can still love your husband but not be with him. You don't have to be with somebody because you love them. There's no written rule that says I have to be with you because you say you love me and I say I love you. I don't we don't
right,
have to be together.
right. Love
So
is an
then you
emotion.
have
yeah.
yeah. So you have to figure out, you know, she's gonna have to figure out um if she can make it work with her husband. And I think therapy is much needed. Prayer is definitely needed. But
Mhm.
a reality check within yourself is mandatory because
Right,
you have to know you and you have to figure out what it is that you want. Once you figure out, I don't condone, I would never tell somebody to leave their marriage. That's just not what even though if I think it, I'm not going to tell you to do it. I'm going to tell you to pray on it. And I'm going to tell you to do some serious soul searching within yourself to
right,
identify what it is that you need as a woman, as a mother, as a professional, as an entrepreneur, whatever it is.
So
You
as
need
the,
to you need to
so as,
identify with yourself what you want. And if that person is not meeting that and supporting you and helping you get to that point, and you choose this person instead,
so as a side woman, you wouldn't tell him to leave his wife, right?
mm-mm.
You gonna tell
Because
him you gonna keep
if you leave your wife for me, you're gonna leave me for somebody else.
thank you.
And if you cheating on her, you gonna cheat on me once I get you.
Most certainly.
Right,
It's the
it.
same
It's a
habits.
it's
It's
an
just
ongoing
the same
cycle, ain't it?
habits.
right,
Yes, it doesn't change just because you got a different person.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, they could do the same thing to you. You are seeing your future
Mm-hmm.
Hey
right.
man, hey,
It's
man.
something within him that's not allowing him to sever
to be
ties with his
happy.
wife and then pursue a relationship with you. You can't see a lot of things I was finding out. There's a bishop on YouTube. I look at him, R.C. Blakes, and he always talk about healing. You can't jump from one relationship to another. You have to heal from the first relationship and mend those wounds before you can go to another relationship, or you just take that stuff to another relationship. A lot of people
Mhm.
fear being by themselves, but you just don't realize being by yourself sometimes is the best thing you can do for yourself as far as healing. Sometimes
Oh man.
relationships take a lot out of you, man. And I mean,
And you know what? Angie said something that was profound, man. She say in the chat, Angie put in there, how you got him is how you go lose him.
Yep.
And I'm gonna
that's
tell you,
so true.
I got a home girl. I got a home girl. I ain't gonna say her name, but I got a home girl who she she's a she's real big in the financial industry and stuff, man. VP of a bank and everything. So she ended up getting this dude. She knew the dude's wife, basically. And she ended up taking the husband from the wife.
Mm.
And they ended up getting married and stuff, man.
Mhm.
And they still married to this day. But when Angie said how you got him is how you go lose him. Uh oh man, that was a situation though, man. And she was
Karma is a
cool with it.
mother.
She was cool with it. They've been going strong for like the last 5 years.
That's still early.
Man, that's
Exactly.
early in the game.
Exactly.
Hey man, but that was crazy though, man. How you get them is how you go lose them. But that is so
Sure.
true, Angie.
Well,
Hey man. I am like I said, I'm looking to see how this situation turned out, man. Who she chooses, I would definitely be interested. Hey man, this is one thing else that I saw, man. You guys may have saw it this week. A woman has a threesome, and one of the man kills the other man the next morning.
Damn.
Did y'all hear about that? It was in Baltimore. It was in Maryland,
I
Baltimore,
ain't hear-
Maryland. Happened
Well, did
around.
the other guy's sword touch the other man's sword? Is that what happened?
Man, she was having, man, she was having sex with both these guys, man. You know what, man? God damn, I gotta pull it up here, man.
That ain't a threesome. That's a train.
That ain't no train. That's a threesome.
No.
What is the
Two
difference between
men and a
put
woman
it like
is
this?
a
Yeah,
train.
it's a threesome.
What's the difference between the
threesome.
train and the threesome, man?
Because it's one in the front and it's an engine at the front and the engine at the back. And the caboose at the back.
The engine guy,
That's
the engine
that's
can
what
be
makes the train.
the engine can be put in different compartments. So just know that.
Exactly. But how many men actually go asshole and vagina? We go from the back and the front. One in the mouth, one from behind. That's a train.
That ain't no
Somebody
a train.
look
A
up.
train is no a train to me. A train is not willingly. A train is not
Hey,
willingly.
hey, Angie say maybe she moaned a little more for one of the guys and the other guy got jealous. I'm gonna show. I gotta show you guys the article right here, man. Here it is, right here. This crazy as hell, man. I looked at this shit. I'm like, look at it. This motherfucker look like he
looked like somebody that'll shoot somebody.
His mouth don't look right.
Hey, he looked like he done got up in there. This is what happened. He done got up in there, and the other dude knocking fire on the ass. And he's like, man, damn, dog.
No,
And then
somebody's sword touched. Somebody's sword touched the other one. I'm sorry, I can't see.
I was reading
Was
some of
it
the
his
comments.
homie?
No, I don't know who it was. But then this is the comment. This happened in what is it? Cockeysville.
That is the wrong name. That is the wrong name.
This shit happened in Cockeysville, man.
It was already wrong with the name right there.
It happened in
already
Cockeysville.
over.
And you know what? God. How they found the lady when I went to the news clipping, how they found the lady was because this is how they found her. They found her because she was driving and she called 911 and they ended up tracking her down. She was trying to find out, they tracked her down. That's how they found the lady. They ended up tracking her down because she was in a car with the dude and she, I guess she called herself being scared and everything, man. But
scared man.
Hey man,
wasn't scared in that moment. Up in Cockeysville.
Oh man.
She rode the train to Cockeysville and ended up having somebody die on her, Lord.
Man, Cockeysville, man. You can't make this shit up, man.
Man, that dude don't even look right. I wouldn't. He don't look right.
No.
Look at his face.
So she didn't know either dude.
Oh, she know.
Well, and she willingly slept with this crazy looking man right here.
Mm-hmm.
That dude don't look right.
He don't.
He couldn't even come. He couldn't even smell it. He couldn't. I had to keep him away.
He couldn't even get on the porch.
He couldn't. He couldn't even come nowhere close. He don't even look right. Yeah, no. That's a no for me.
She's like, it's a no for me.
Hey man, but that's the thing though, man. He kills. 23 years old, man. You think about it, you're 23 years old,
that
man.
That dude is 23.
Yes.
That dude look like he around 53.
He done had a hard life. He done had a hard life.
Well, see, this is the thing, dude. Look, brother, you 23 years old, man. You know how much poon out there.
Milk behind his ears.
It's so much poon out there, man.
Oh, poor baby.
Well, he won't get to sniff it because he's gonna be behind bars for the rest of his life. Possibly.
You better not drop the soap.
They charged him with murder in the first degree too, man.
Absolutely, it was premeditated. He thought about that because he came back the next day.
Man, shot the dude, man. He pulled out the gun and just shot the dude. Why?
They had the swords touched.
I don't think this. You know what, man?
That's the only thing it could be. The swords touch, and he.
You know the sword's gonna touch if it's two dudes and a girl. It's bound to happen.
No, it's not. No, it's
If
not.
you're doing it at the same time, yes, it is.
No,
No, it
The
ain't.
sword touched and he was mad about it. I ain't gay and I'm about to prove it, and went and killed him.
no, man. Hey,
Maybe he smiled. Maybe he gave a little smile, a little wink when the
Maybe
swords
little
touched.
wink, looked
Hey
at me.
man, hey man,
Maybe he
hey
got a little
man.
tap on the butt.
You can
High
pull off.
five, man.
Ooh, not the
Pow.
pat on the butt.
Yeah, pow.
Hey
High
man,
five, dog.
hey man. You can pull that shit off without what's the name of man?
I'm just saying.
You can
I'm
pull
just
that shit
saying.
off without touching.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying. Might be
and without.
slippery. You just don't know. You just don't know.
I'm telling you, the swords touched. He got mad. I don't want him thinking I'm gay or I ain't gay. You know what I'm
High
saying?
five, dog.
Or
Man,
And usually them be the ones that be gay.
Yeah, he took one for the
good
team.
beer.
You know what I'm talking about? The ones that gotta overly compensate for not being it. Them be the
Yep.
ones that in the closet.
man.
Or maybe his sword wasn't as long as the other guys.
But he
That
still gave him
time.
a high five, though.
That's what I'm. That's what I'm
She start
thinking, man.
driving like, yeah, I like this one better. Oh yeah, you ain't gonna like it
Oh,
after he ain't here no more.
or you know what the thing is? She done probably gave. Hey, they probably high drunk that night and stuff, man. She done bumped the uglies with him and stuff. And what happened after she done bumped uglies with him? After she done bumped uglies with him, old boy got a chance to get seconds in the morning and stuff.
Well, you
And
know, she could have very easily shut it down. Like, you know what? You get up. You ain't. He doing it right here. You gone bagging up. You can't get no more of this. And he was like, oh yeah, that's how it is. Oh, okay.
you know what? Angie just made a good point in the chat, man. Angie say, or it could be some gay behavior that's happening and stuff. They could have had a threesome in, and she may have told him, or he may have decided that he wanted to sleep. Hey, you know, she say, I need you to turn me on. I need you to have sex with him or penetrate him. And in order for him to penetrate her, he had to penetrate. It's all type of stuff that could have
Yeah,
went on.
now that would be a threesome right there. That would be a threesome. That would be a trade right there. That would be a threesome.
Well, the reason why he probably shot him is because low key he enjoyed it. So
he could have been the one that's getting stuck too.
Right.
There's so many
that's why
scenarios,
he
man.
enjoyed. Yeah, he enjoyed it. Didn't like the fact that he enjoyed it, and decided, let me go into him before he tells somebody I enjoyed it.
Well, he probably went and
Oh my
threatened him.
God.
Don't you tell nobody we did this. Don't you tell
Oh, he
nobody.
ain't gonna tell him because he's 6 feet under.
That's why I'm
Man.
saying he probably told the dude, you better not tell nobody we did this.
Right.
Like, dude, mess F that. I'm telling everybody. You better not tell nobody. I'm telling
Get your
everybody.
ass. You finna get your ass killed, partner.
That's what
Start this
Finna,
shit.
he did. Ain't no finna
Yeah, I'm
about
about to
it.
say I wonder is that why what happened.
Mm.
Man.
That's rough.
And you sit back and you think, I mean, from a guy perspective, God then probably him and they partners and did a train or something, man. But God, dog, man.
That's rough.
I would
See, that's why you don't do threesomes for this very situation. I just don't understand. Every time a threesome leads to Pandora's box.
Threesomes never end up well.
Never.
Especially for swingers. When swingers, it never ends up well. Somebody
Boy.
always catch feelings. It always ends up bad.
It's
Boy,
it's just waiting to explode. It just never works out. Even if you handle it right, if you get lucky, you handle it right, you walk out with an enjoyable experience. But the problem is somebody wants to keep going back and keep tempting fate.
Right.
And you keep tempting fate, it's going, okay, karma. Here it comes.
And that's what Kevin Hart explained that when he was on the show The Pivot, man, about his friend, comedian Jay Hankerson. He said Jay Hankerson was into this woman and everything, and he wanted to have sex with her so bad, man. So he convinced this lady to have sex because they were swingers. Her and her guy were swingers. So Jay convinced this lady to, have, to swing with them one night, just because he just looked like he wanted to have sex with the girl. So they all agreed on it and they did it. And Kevin Hart was saying, man, after Jay finished, he say that this is what he wasn't expecting. He say, man, when the guy is going double overtime on your lady, he say when he fucking us so hard, sweat dripping off him on her ass, he say that does something to you. He say Jay wasn't the same after that. He say he was never the same after that. He say, man, that messed with his psyche so bad. Because this man up here pounding your leg, he's sweating. His sweat dripping on her ass. Now that's a whole nother psyche thing. You'd already dug gal out, you done busted, you over here chilling, and oh boy, still going double overtime on your gal.
Yep. And then there's something to the woman too. There's something to both because she got to experience that, has that comparison between you and him.
And she is
thinking about which one she enjoyed. See, Pandora's box. You as the man, you dug out old girl, you got yours and you can move on. But you open that door and you allow temptation in.
Hey, Shay, he wasn't expecting that man to go double. Hey, he went double overtime on this bitch, man. That motherfucker went double over that.
He scored a field goal and a touchdown on that
man, ass. That's something when you humping so hard, you got sweat dripping off your body onto her. God,
like he just got out the pool.
Man,
straight overtime.
He say, man, Jay ain't never cracked a sweat when they had sex. So that's a whole different ball game.
Wrong. If you ain't sweating after having sex, then you need to look at yourself as a man.
Hey, man, not all men sweat after sex though.
But I mean,
not after, we talking about during.
Like put in some work. Like you ain't breaking a sweat at all during sex.
All right, but you can still get wrecked and a man not break a sweat.
That's it.
Well, I'm okay. Well, put in some work. If you get done and you sitting there looking at old boy like your turn over yet, there's a problem. You should be going as long as he going.
Not necessarily.
And if you don't fake it, at least fake it.
just like all the JJ ain't the same, all the D's ain't the same.
Those D's on it.
Everybody don't know how to use what they got.
Those D's on it.
You might,
but look, again,
really in this day and time, you can run into a man that got 4 inches and he can outwork a man that got 10 because he know what spot to hit.
All I'm saying is fake it till you make it. You see that man pumping your girl, you better get back in there and pump on his till he get done, even if you're not really
man, you can't pump on no gal with a softie, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Can't pump. You better get off me.
Get the fuck out of here. You can't pump on the girl with a baby dick. Get the fuck out of here.
You better figure it out. You better think of something.
This how you handle that. This how you handle that.
Get back in it.
I'll tell you how you handle that. You say, hey, baby, you got an air pump in that purse over there you got that you brought with you? Why? Because you need to come pump these motherfuckers.
I'm sure she could do give head or something.
That's how they work.
Pump these nuts.
Exactly. And she gonna do that. She gonna laugh at your dumb ass and get it going.
Hey, Angie say, nah, player. You can't feel that hot four. You ain't lying, boy. That hot four get you in trouble, boy. God, dog.
I mean, a lot of, for me, I don't know if it's for everybody else, but for me, sex is entertainment. If you can't entertain me doing the shit, make me laugh, make me feel, then I don't even want that shit if it's basically just in there quiet and we sweat.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna say
make you laugh. We ain't in no comedy show. What you talking about? Make you laugh? How? Make you laugh how?
Meaning crack a joke. The fuck, like
I get you.
I just did. Do you got an air pump
Mm.
in that bag over there? I need you to come pump up these nuts. You see what I'm saying? During sex. Right. Give
Yeah,
me
you gotta put your clothes on. You crack any jokes. Get your ass up.
shit. Not if I didn't already made you
To
drop
be
3 of them. I bet I
continued.
don't want to put nothing on.
No, we finna go ahead and what? I'm not. No. This ain't no damn comedy show.
Hey,
I'm telling you, I
hey,
talk shit when I roll.
But down, what in the bunch of water?
hey, man. Hey, I'm over. Hey, I'll be
There will be
laughing,
some new
man.
shit. There will be something new for real, because I ain't never experienced no comedy. No, don't put that in the microwave. Put it up on the water. There would definitely be something new. A comedy show during sex. That would be that. Yeah.
See, I'm on weird shit, motherfucker. I'll come in the bedroom with when they bought me a costume and have a pirate uniform on.
Okay.
With a
Yeah. I
patch
can
on
see
my
And
eye.
I can get
that's
with
laughing
that.
before.
Yeah.
So
We
you
ain't
that?
laughing during.
I mean, nah, not during, but you know, we laying next to each other, crack a joke real quick. You know, it's real. You know
You
what I mean?
spicing it up. You like the spice of it
Yeah,
all.
the spice side of it.
Hey,
You know
man,
what I mean?
I tell you, I'm like the NCAA, man. Hey, hey, when I was younger, hey, that marathon fucking was cool, man. I'm older now, man. I'm like the NCAA, man. You get 2 20-minute halves and overtime, possibly, man.
Come
A
on,
5-minute
Bernie.
overtime.
I done
Come on,
had
Bernie.
motherfuckers tell me stop
That's
talking
it.
because they would be laughing at my ass too much. Like, stop talking. It just hit. Hell no, I ain't gonna stop talking. This shit good to the motherfucker. You got me fucked up.
Oh man. Hey man. Hey.
Now watch this. Hey,
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 turn that up real quick. Oh yeah, I'm finna beat that shit down.
hey,
Fuck your
hey,
wall.
hey, word.
Hey,
Should I share the story about Angie B, man? Me, you, and
nah,
Jamie?
man. Nah, man. Nope.
Did y'all swords touch? Is that what you was finna say?
No,
Nah.
no, hell no.
No.
That's
Hey,
how they do so much about it.
Right.
hey, we'll
Your
share.
sword can touch in the back seat
Hey
because
man,
only one man can get in the back seat at a time.
one man was in the back, one man was in the front, and
Right.
one man was pulling up.
Man.
One man was
Lord have
hating.
mercy.
Man.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God, man. Hey, but man, this brother go do some time, man. Make a long story short, he killed a
Doing
man over
some
there.
time, his life is gone. That's
Done.
You
yeah.
23. Hey, you 23 years old. You get a big girl. Hey, you get somebody that's gonna enjoy. Even if you got 4 or 5 inches, man. Hey,
Somebody want it. Because
that's it.
it's a lot of women that don't want nothing big.
That's
Yeah.
it. They don't want that. You got women out there that don't want that 10 and 11 inches and stuff, man.
Yeah. And like
Well,
us,
who
like
the hell want 10, 11 inches? I want my uterus and my esophagus. Don't nobody want all that.
But
see,
wait a
that's what I'm
minute.
saying.
She didn't know what she had when she got in on this unless she's seen it before. So I mean,
Yeah. And
Or
overstimulation, I always say overstimulation is a real thing.
yeah. Or she could have came over there and he brought his homeboy. Hey, I'm gonna bring my homeboy through. He's gonna slide on you and stuff. And
Yeah,
she
that
may have
ain't
been
gonna
with him, but ain't never been with the homeboy. She say the homeboy, hey, man, that's it.
mm,
Hey man, hey, this brother, hey, I'm gonna keep a tab on that story, man. But hey, we finna go and shut it down to this one more story, man. Hey, my man. Hey man, rest in peace, man, to DJ Twitch, man.
man,
Off
I'm
the
so glad you said that.
Ellen DeGeneres show, man. DJ Twitch, man. 40 years old, man. 40 years old, man. The brother, did he commit suicide?
pick it up.
Supposedly, that's the initial finding as of right now. He
Man, I
That's
respect
was
nobody that do
gunshot.
that shit.
And what's weird, what's really, well, not weird, but kind of sad about the situation is that he just put out videos of him and his wife dancing, which they do all the time.
with his mom and stuff. His mom was on there with him too.
Right. And they just celebrated their anniversary.
They did. They did.
So, you know,
That means
people
nothing.
people say exactly. People saying, you know, you never know what people going through behind closed doors, because on the outside he looks happy, but you don't know what's going on the inside, which is totally true. And I posted today, you know, Black men, if you need to get therapy, please get therapy. Please go. The stigma is gone. If
Mental
you need
health is
therapy,
real.
yes.
The stigma is not gone. It's still there.
Well, not the stigma of what. So you can go, you know, go get you if you need to
She
get
talking
you a
about the
Black
stigma that
male
you crazy,
therapy.
that you're crazy if you go
Right.
to her. You're not
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank
That's
you.
just
Thank
like
you. That's
it's
the
just like
word.
going to see your doctor.
That's
or
it,
your
man.
dentist.
That's it.
Exactly.
And sometimes they try to portray it as Black men are just so scared to go to a therapist and stuff to make it seem like, hey, man, you know what? Sometimes therapy is the best medicine, man. There's
But
I
nothing
think
wrong with
between
seeing a
therapy and
therapist.
prayer, I think you can't go wrong. You only can win if you do that. I think therapy and prayer, it doesn't necessarily mean you need medicine. You need therapy to put things into perspective. You need prayer to keep yourself close to God. And I think with the two of them together, you're going to come out on top. You have no choice.
But
Yeah,
you know,
so-
I wouldn't say that Black men are scared. Black men don't even like going to the damn doctor.
Yeah, but they scared. They don't like going to the doctor because they're scared.
Hey, man.
So
I wouldn't call it a fear.
Hey, man.
You know, I think what it is a lot of times is that Black men feel like if they go to a white doctor, that they don't understand what they're going through. So if that's the case, find you a Black doctor. Even with therapy, there are plenty of websites out there that have Black therapists, Black male therapists that may be more beneficial for you in that instance. There's if you Google it, there's plenty of sites out there. I posted 3, and some of them are working towards free sessions.
Yeah.
So do the work. If you feel like you need to talk to somebody and you're in a dark place, please get some help. Google it. Find you a therapist. Even if you do 3 free sessions, that'll help you.
And Angie say he blew his brains out at a hotel, man.
Damn.
Shot himself in the head, man.
But you know what I appreciate about it, and not saying that this is good or whatever, but I appreciate that his kids weren't there, that he did go, so he did think about his family walking in and finding him. You know, he went somewhere where somebody else would have to find him, and he didn't put that on his wife and kids, you know.
But yeah, he did.
But I hate that he did it anyway.
Right, because he still put a lot on them, because they still now they have to bury
I don't
him.
respect nobody that do that, man. No.
Hey, Angie say they have been raised not to be vulnerable. He said a lot of men have been raised not to be vulnerable,
to be strong and not cry, and and be tough. Yeah.
And not to open up. Sometimes,
a man shouldn't cry. Men don't do this. A real man do that. No, a man is allowed to be weak.
He's human.
I always, and I'm gonna tell you, prime example, man. When I was coaching, man, I always used to see. I mean, these first year. Now, this is the craziest thing in the world. This is the craziest goddamn thing in the world. I'm coaching 7-year-olds. 7-year-olds. This is their first time ever putting on equipment, playing organized football. They get hit, they start crying. I done had daddies run down. Man up, nigga. Man up. This is a 7-year-old baby. He don't even know. He's trying to understand. He likes football. He's trying to get acclimated to it and get accustomed to it. He just got his bell rung one time, man. You can't just yell out there, man up, nigga, man up. Come on, he
probably ain't never been hit like that before, and you hollering man up.
Why this dude just hit me like that? Why he just slap me like that?
Right.
What the hell?
I can see they 13, 14, and they've been playing since they were 7. Now, this baby is 7. This is his first time ever playing organized sports. Man up, man up. That right there can detract him and deter him from even wanting to play football ever again. I had to throw so many goddamn fathers off the football field. Hey man, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Hey, when the kids do that, I walk with them and talk with them. I say, hey man, make them start laughing and stuff. You just gotta get back in there and do it. I say, next time you hit him before he hit you. You got it. Hey, gotta play mind games with kids and stuff.
Exactly.
Make it seem like that they
And you
invincible and
always
stuff.
gotta keep them. You always have to keep a child in reality with it.
Yes.
You
yes.
understand what I'm saying? That goes for both genders because as parents, we do an excellent job of delusionalizing our children. I know that ain't a word, but it's in Webster's now because I just made it up.
It sounded good. It sounded good word.
Right.
That motherfucker just threw that word in there, didn't?
Hey, we do a good job at doing that, especially with young boys, and then with girls, you know, we teach them here, play with things, whatever you do, don't be you. And then when they grow up, they're everybody else but themselves.
You know what? A good example of what you're talking about. That mama that cut her daughter's hair online.
I hate that with a passion. I hate
that.
That was some
it
bullshit
ticked me
right
off.
there.
Okay, if you listen, these newfangled parents, if you having problems with your kids, why must you post their whoopings or their discipline online?
Why must you embarrass them?
Right. Back in the day, our parents just took away what?
You're wondering why.
Right. Our parents took the device away. You know what I'm saying? They beat you behind closed doors, whatever it took. But these people, she posted cutting the girl hair, and then the next day she gonna post that she bought her a wig. Like, then what was the whole point?
Yeah.
Why go through all of that?
Nigga shit.
Hey,
let me say, no, it's not nigga shit. What she did shows that she's unstable. Because you cut her hair because you were trying to prove a point. You were calling yourself discipline her, but then you didn't soft up, nutted up, and then you went and bought her a wig. You defeated the whole purpose. And if you bought her a wig, what the hell you put it online for? Don't show nobody that you weak. You got problems.
Right.
Exactly. And then people was like, well, maybe the girl know that she crazy and she's scared of her. You know what I'm saying? Like she can't help but go along with what her mother say.
Possibly, or she may be just like her mom because the fruit don't fall far from the tree.
Right. And that's what you guys are all saying about that. Like, I'm a living witness about that. When, like, the church I grew up in, right? My aunt and uncle, I loved them to death. From a boy all the way up till 20. I would not set foot back in that building because of one issue. When I had a baby on the way, motherfucker made me stand up in the church and tried to shame me behind that shit. And it's like when I stood up there, I told all them motherfuckers, my baby ain't no mistake. Guess what? This is the last time y'all ever see me. Because ain't none of y'all in here perfect. And ain't
they tried to do reverse psychology on you. They tried to shame you thinking that it's going to change.
Yeah, you ain't finna, man.
But it backfired on them.
It backfired. Hey, look.
And what the Bible say, words like he who is without sin
to cast the
first stone. Now, how many of y'all in here that had a baby out of wedlock?
Man, majority of the goddamn
congregation or then had abortions.
I need everybody to come up here and do this.
Them motherfuckers in there fornicating, the motherfuckers in there getting high and everything.
Checkmate.
Damn it, they can't point their finger at you.
Right. And I knew that. You understand? Like my baby mama, she basically bowed. It was like, because I let her talk first. It was a mistake. My turn. Nah, this ain't no mistake. Y'all will never get me to call my child no mistake. Sorry.
That's it.
But if you have those that are weak and they're misguided and don't have a voice that you had to stand up for yourself, they probably would have ashamed you and they would have, convinced you guys in so many words to abort the baby, abort the pregnancy. So, kudos to you for having a voice and having the mind and the power to stand up for you.
That, take ownership. This is mine. This ain't yours.
Accountability.
What your opinion of what's going on? What do that matter to me? It don't.
Not one damn thing.
Because ain't now one of y'all in here finna buy a pamper. Ain't now one of y'all finna go buy the now one of y'all
finna school, daycare, none of that.
And I'm gonna circle back. If she had aborted the baby, what's not to say that she wouldn't have had mental issues
behind
from doing that? Because you don't know when you have an abortion, that could be the last time you produce a child.
Ever.
You know, so one and done, and then you regret it for the rest of your life. And what's not to say that regret leads to depression,
psychological issue,
suicide. Right. So,
and that's part of the reason I say we do an excellent job of destroying the youth, and then wonder why we can't produce no productive adults. You killed the motherfucker when it was young. You killed when you want to talk about killing a spirit. When you kill the spirit, you killed the fucking. Now you got a dead body walking around.
Yeah, you killed a child. Yeah.
You done already killed it.
You
wonder why it won't respond to you properly. You done already killed it. It's dead.
I'm gonna say this, and I stand firm on it, and I encourage all. I stay in therapy. I'm in therapy, and I'm gonna continue to be in therapy because I do not want to do to my daughter what was done to me. It took me years to get myself together, emotionally, psychologically, mentally, physically. It took me a long time. And now that I'm there, I'd be damned if I beat her down. I won't do her the way I was done. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So I encourage her in every way I can.
Generational curses, man.
It has to be broken. It has, because my siblings, we talked about it, but they fell short, and they did the exact thing that they said they wasn't gonna do. Well, I've been going through therapy since I was 9 weeks pregnant with her. She's going on 8 years old. So I will continue, not just for her, but for me. I have to heal. And like I said, I've been in isolation, and you know, this is the first time in my life that I've actually enjoyed my own company. That's weird as hell, but it's where I need to be, because I can see things clearer. You will be amazed how your thoughts are cluttered when you have people in your ear. Got to be careful what you tell people. But I refuse to mess my baby up. I refuse to. She is such a ray of light. Oh, she is so sweet, has the hugest heart. And I was like, girl, I don't know where the hell you come from. Because I was a hell raiser.
Never beating it down. It's like conversations that I've had with my daughter. Like, dude, I ain't never had to, after my, other than just the spank on the hand when she was learning to walk, don't touch that. Don't touch that. As far as pulling out a belt, no, my mouthpiece worked.
She had to get that ass tapped, because she tries me. My baby tries my inner gangster all the time. Yes, but I talk to her. But you know what I do differently with her that wasn't done with me is that once I beat her ass, we talk about what she did and why she got an ass whipping. It ain't because you did what I told you not to do. Do what the fuck I say do. We talk about what it was that you did wrong that led you. Because see, I didn't just whoop your butt because I told you one time. I've told you several times. We talk about it, and we talk about how not to do it again. If we get in this situation again, what do we do to make sure that this doesn't happen again? Because if it happens, you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna beat your ass again. So,
good job.
So these are things that I try to redirect her and try to let her know that you didn't just get your ass whipped because today is Wednesday. I just, or because I had a hard day at work. You have to be mindful of the things that you say, because being the age that I am, I remember my mama coming home from work and saying the most hurtful things to me. And I was so happy to see her, because I ain't seen her all day. I've been in school, and I came home and did homework, and then I see her and she says just a few words, and they were like the most hurtful, harsh words. And that stayed with me. I still remember that shit to today. So I want to make sure that when I send my little one to school, I don't send her to school in a bad headspace, with a cold heart, because I got into so many fights in high school. I got into the most trouble from junior high up to probably my senior year. Those were the roughest years of my life. I was going through a lot with my mama. And with communication, we didn't communicate. Man, she said so many hurtful things to me. My God, I can't. And they stick it in my head like a damn, like a hot knife. I can recall them all. So that's trauma to me. You understand? So I have to make sure that I continue to get my therapy to help get those hot knives out my head, and let's heal those wounds that were left there. You know what I'm saying? So I can heal and be a better person, be a better woman, and be a better mother. It's imperative.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
girl.
I've told, like as an adult, I've told my old dude, you did an excellent job of tearing down, but you know what you never took time to do? Build it back up.
yeah.
You can't tear it
Yep.
down and leave it down. You
Because
left
it's
that
gonna
for
stay
me to
down.
do. You
Yeah.
left that for me to do. I had to turn around and build myself back up.
Mhm.
So how do I build myself back up if you being the leader don't show me how to do it?
Right.
So you see why you kept having to beat my ass? Because you never took time to show me how to build.
Right.
You've
Because
been
I had to
doing it.
rebuild it
I'm
myself.
learning.
Now you didn't form a sort of resentment for him because he didn't help you build it back up. You had to do it yourself. So you're like, what the hell I need you for? I did it all myself.
Why
Mhm.
I did build a resentment. But as time went on, as you say, the healing comes.
It does.
And then it takes a conversation with the person that put you in it.
That
That's what it
situation,
took.
yeah.
That's what it took for me to
And a
talk to
lot
the
of times you
person that
don't need
put it.
validation. A lot of times you don't need validation from them. You don't need, I'm sorry. You
Right.
just need to confess it. You need to get it out. Sometimes talking is the best therapy. So sometimes I don't need you to say I'm sorry. I don't need
Right.
you to say I'm sorry. I don't need you to say, well, if I'd have known better, I don't need to hear none of that.
Right.
This is something that's on my heart, that's been on my mind, that I need to get off my
Well,
mind and get off my chest. Once I get it out, I'm done with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And once I had
Mhm.
that conversation, like I had that conversation with the old dude at about 25. And I want to say I was about 43. Him and I were talking. And that's when he gave me the kudos. Like, I respect you as a man. I saw everything you went through and how you did everything. You really showed me it was more than one way. I was like, wow.
Did it make a difference by him saying that?
It probably made a difference for him, but I was
No, for
already
you.
good. I was
Yeah.
already good. I was
Yeah.
so far past that hey man, I could care less what you thinking for real.
He was good.
I was already good because you know what I mean? I'm already straight on the matter.
Right.
However, as a person age and that clock get to ticking and they start seeing, like it's I gotta go get this right over here.
Right.
So that's what that basically was.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I knew what it was, but I could have been the idiot and been like, man, take that to the grave with you. But now
Yep.
accept it and move forward.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? You always accept the person when they confess, basically. You don't
Yep.
deny it. You know what I mean? You let them get their issue off. Oh, okay. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, that's one thing my therapist told
Yeah.
me too, which has been the hardest. It's been the biggest challenge I have to say of my life.
Mhm.
Forgiving those that have wronged me and forgiving myself. That's hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is so hard. And I'm still um juggling with that, and that is still an ongoing challenge for me. That's very hard.
Yeah. For me, it was forgive yourself.
That's what I'm saying, is to forgive myself
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
yeah, my
Self-forgiveness
daughter and
is
I,
a tough
my
part.
daughter and I had that conversation, and I was explaining to her like challenges you have in life. A lot of times, your fastest way out of it is to forgive self for putting self in the situation, right?
Mhm.
So my
Yeah.
daughter says, she was like, all right, so what about we start talking about in cases of rape? You understand what I'm saying? And I
Mm-hmm.
was telling her, well, in certain situations, you can put yourself in a situation and it can occur because you put yourself in that situation. So she used this analogy. She says, what about if you're with your friends, you go to a party and you get raped? Understand what I'm saying? I was like, baby, I don't condone any of that. But look here, at the end of the night, you left the house. You went with some people that wasn't your friends.
You brought that on yourself,
They took
basically.
you to the lion's den. And then that happened. You got to forgive self first for being in this pod over here with some girls that wasn't even with you. This didn't happen to my child. That was just an analogy. And I was like, self is always where you start. Don't start, because if you start anywhere else, you're gonna start placing blame. And then here comes narcissism right behind it. It's everybody else's fault. You can kill narcissism by taking the blame yourself.
Hey man, I gotta put in her Angie, man. Angie been throwing some little real jewels in the
How come
comments
you
and
can
stuff,
see
man.
Angie and I can't? How come you can see her comments?
I'm logged into YouTube
On
as well.
YouTube, yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see Angie comments in YouTube. Angie said she needs therapy. It makes me feel like she's jealous of her daughter. Also, Angie said another thing is that she is just creating she's creating a psychopath. You saw no emotion in that child at all, and she was gone. You saw no emotion in her eyes. She showed that she was gone. She did not cry. She did not do anything. She gonna be a beast to watch. Hey, that is so true. She did not cry. That's how psychopaths all started.
Hey, and that ties into what I said earlier. Once you kill the spirit, every child has a good spirit when it comes out, and you as a parent, you can kill that early.
Yeah,
it can never come back. It may never come back.
And the little girl might have been in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing that her mama crazy, and if she reacts and cries, it may get worse. So she may stay calm and not react in order to shorten the amount of, and I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but the amount of discipline or whatever her mom is going to do to her. So she may have to react that way just for safety's sake.
Right. One of the worst things you can ever tell the public is spare the rod, spoil the child. I hate that scripture with a passion.
Oh my God.
And the reason I hate it, because it's another passage that go with it that tells you if you overdo it, I can't quote it right off the top of my head, but in so many ways, you don't want to overdo it, the fight or flight risk. Meaning that child will run away from you and never come talk to you again. And that's going to hurt you more than that whooping you dished out. Those beatings you did.
And that's what happened. That's what happened to me. At the fight or flight, I became resentful, very resentful. That I didn't talk to her about my mom about anything. I went to my best friend mom. That's who I call my mom. I would talk to her about everything. So you got to be careful. And then you produce nonchalant children that don't, they keep the same facial expression. Nothing, they won't show you nothing facial. You could fall flat dead in front of them and they won't flinch.
No emotion at all.
None. They have conditioned themselves to be nonchalant, not show any emotion, and laugh about things that people would normally cry about. And they just turned off their emotional charger. I mean, it's nothing more.
Yeah, I had to,
and that's hard to break through. A person that's nonchalant, that's hard.
That is a difficult thing to break through.
I lost a brother a couple of years ago. Well, I lost my cousin, but he was my brother because I was raised with him. And I had that conversation with his sister. She was like, I gotta go over here because I don't want people talking. They gonna think I'm sad, because I had to tell her, fuck them people. You are sad. You lost your brother, idiot.
Yep.
But then I thought about who her daddy was. And it ties right into what you just said right there. Emotionally dead. Emotionally dead. Because you're concerned about the wrong. You're concerned about what somebody else thinks over what you just lost.
Yep.
That's it. Hey, man. God, dog. Man, we could go on and on and on. But the time has come for us to cut this short tonight, man. Hey, man, we're going to be back Sunday, man. We thank everybody for tuning in tonight, man. Oh, man, this is the new crew. We're going to chop it up. We coming back at you Sunday with some more good stuff off the top of the dome. We're going to have some fun. If you guys have any suggestions, any ideas, send us a comment. Send us an email at justtalkinggrown, JUST talking, TALKIN, grown, GROWN at gmail.com. Just talking grown at gmail.com, man. Other than that, man, hey, We're gonna check y'all out on Sunday, man. Where we gonna chop it up and just continue to do what we do, man. This the new crew. And we up out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
My
Love and
favorite.
heart grease.
I don't mean to be